Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be sharing with you guys my April favorites. I had to think about what month it was. Okay, yeah, my April favorites. So if you want to know what I've been enjoying lately, then just keep watching. Okay, so I guess first I'll start with let's see. I guess first I will start off with, let's just do it in random order. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so first I will start off with eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so the first one is Julius Place, the Saharan palette. This palette is beautiful and I am so obsessed with all the colors. They're so pigmented. Let me just show you guys one swatch. This is the color Jamila. But like, that is so beautiful. And it's not even like as intense as like I'm making it. I don't know, it didn't swatch like the best, but they're so pigmented. I love them. I've created so many looks with this that were so beautiful, and especially the shimmer shades. I would take them and then spray a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on them and they would just be so intense and so beautiful. I can't say I love them enough. Their shadows are so amazing, and I don't hear many people talk about Juvias Place, but they should, because I mean their stuff is amazing. And right after I bought this palette, I went to New Orleans with a friend of mine, and this is the only palette I used the entire time we were there. And I did her makeup, she loved it. So when I got back, I went on their website and I bought all their other palettes because I mean they're just amazing. And the best thing about them is they're pretty affordable. I want to say I bought all three of the other palettes for like $70 or $75 or something, like not bad at all. And I believe this one was around like $30, which I mean honestly it really isn't bad because these shadows are amazing. So if you're looking for a new eyeshadow palette, I would really recommend checking out Juvia's Place because their stuff is amazing. Okay, and so the next palette I want to talk about is the Tarte Bloom palette. And this palette I use normally just for an everyday palette. It's so pretty. The colors are really pigmented, and the thing I like about it is it smells like chocolate. Like it smells so good, and the colors are just very, very pretty, and just something you could use for every day to night. I mean, I really, really like this palette and really, really recommend it. Okay, so the next thing I'll talk about, I guess, is foundations I've been loving. I do have very sensitive, very dry skin. I do have a lot of redness. So I'm always looking for that foundation. I feel like it's really been hard for me to find a full coverage foundation that works well with dry skin. So if you guys have anything to recommend, if you could just let me know like in the comments below, because I've been searching and I feel like I can't find that perfect foundation yet. I mean, maybe I never will, but but I have really been enjoying the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I don't know if you can really see, this camera is kind of having some trouble focusing, but I do have it in two shades. One for the my normal skin tone, which is, I mean, paper white. And then I have another shade, so that shade is the shade Snow, which I believe is their lightest shade, because that's normally the shade of foundations that I'm in, because I'm very white. Very, very pale complected. And then the next color I got was Natural Beige. And these foundations, I wouldn't say they're full coverage. I feel like they're medium to full. I mean, they're buildable. I do really like them, mostly because I feel like they're very hydrating. And so that really works good with my dry skin. And they're very beautiful finish that it almost looks like skin. They're just beautiful, and so I really have been enjoying that foundation. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is concealers. So for the longest time I was using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, and I really loved it at the time. The only thing I really noticed is that it would crease really bad underneath my eyes, and just, you know, but I kind of felt like maybe that was something that all concealers do, but it would be, I'm talking like hardcore creasing and like just not very good. But then I heard a lot of people talking about the Tarte Shape Tape, and so I was like, well, I'll try that and see. I love this concealer, and I'm sure you've heard that from billions of other people, but it really is a great concealer. It's very full coverage. It's, I mean, not too drying, and it's, you know, more on the hydrating side for me personally. And the best thing about it is it doesn't really crease on me. I mean, there'll be maybe a little bit, but it's nothing compared to what I experienced with the Urban Decay one. And so this is what it looks like. Tarte always has the cutest packaging, but anyways, I'm in the shade Fair, but I really like that concealer, and I really recommend it if you're looking for a full coverage concealer. And so I guess the next thing I'm going to talk about is setting powders. So for the longest time I used the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I liked it. I mean, I still do use it from time to time, but then I started hearing people talk about the Cover FX setting powder, and so I went and got this. And I know my camera's not really focusing that well on the products, so I'll be sure and link them below if you guys want to check them out. But this, the issue I was having with the Laura Mercier powder is that it was very drying, and like I said, my skin is so dry already, and so it would kind of just get really cakey and really not cute at all. And so, but it was the only, you know, translucent powder that I really knew of at the time, so I just used it. And I mean, it is good, but that was the only issue I had, is it just really kind of like caked up around my eyes and emphasized my fine lines. But then I started using this Cover FX translucent powder, and I love it. It does not make my eyes look dry and like older than they are, and it just makes my eyes look good. And it also makes my skin really soft. And so lately I've been using the Cover FX powder for under my eyes, but then if I want to carve out my contour, I will use the Laura Mercier powder. I'm not really sure why. I guess because I still want to use it because I really like it. I don't know, I'm weird. But I mean, they both are really good, but I've just been kind of reaching for the Cover FX one a little bit more lately. Next, I think I'm going to talk about brushes. So the first brush I have, I use this for like everything, and I mean everything. I'll use it for bronzer, blush, highlight, everything. I know it's a MAC brush, and I've tried to find it online, and I'm not sure if they make it anymore, and so I'm not sure exactly the number, but if I can find it, I'll leave it below for you guys. But I mean, I use it for so many different things, and it's just such a good brush, and I want to find more so I can like stock up, because like I love it so much. Okay, and then the next brush is from Kat Von D, and it's their Shade and Light eye brush, and I really like this brush I like to use this side for like underneath my eye. It's just like the perfect size, and I mean, I've really been enjoying this brush lately, so I really like it. And then the next one is from MAC, and it is the 266 brush. And I love using this brush for my eyebrows because it's so tiny. Like, I don't know if you can see, probably not that well, but it is so thin that you can really get in there and just, you know, make your brows look amazing and just really good. I love this brush. Okay, and then my next two are blending brushes that I use pretty much every day when I do my makeup. The first one is a Morphie M441, and I do really like this one. It's a little bit, I don't want it maybe like stiff, or like it kind of can get kind of scratchy when you're using it. That's the only thing I don't like, but it does blend things out really easily. So I really like this one. But my favorite blending brush, and it has been for, I'm talking like a really long time, is from It Cosmetics. And I can't, it's totally it's not on here anymore, what it is exactly, but if I can find it, I'll link it below. But I love this brush. It's like just the right amount of like dense, but it's also like fluffy, so it's not like the other one, like I said, how it's scratchy. But I love this brush. It is so good. So this is the Nars Eater brush, and I've had this for a while. I love this brush, and pretty much every time I contour, if I'm not in a hurry, if I'm in a hurry, I'll just use that MAC brush I was telling you about that I use for everything. But this one, it's really easy to get like right where you need to be, but you can still blend it out to where it's not just like a harsh, like, you know, harsh line. So this brush is amazing, and I really recommend it. I know it is kind of pricey, but I mean, if you do ever have the money for it or kind of consider it, I would get it because it's, I mean, it's really good. Next thing I will talk about is this bronzer, and it is the Too Faced bronzer Sweet Tea. And as you can tell, there's a giant dent in it because I use it so much because it is so good. I'll try to swatch it on my arm. Yeah, but it is so pretty. Like, that wasn't a very good swatch, I'm sorry. But I love this bronzer. I have quite a few bronzers, but I feel like for the past like months I've just been reaching for this one because it's just really pretty, I feel like, on my fair skin tone. And yeah, it's a really good bronzer. And yeah. And so the next thing I've been loving, and I've been loving this for like years, is this Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Brow Mousse. And I have this in the shade Medium Brown, and I've been using this, like I said, for years. It's so good, and I always try other kinds. Like, I've tried Anastasia, I've tried, I don't even know who else is, but I always go back to this one because it's so good. Okay, so my camera died, so I had to charge my battery a little bit, but I'm back. The next thing I'm gonna talk about is liquid lipsticks, which honestly, liquid lipsticks are like kind of my favorite part of makeup. I just think they're really fun. So my favorite formula of liquid lipstick would, I don't know, I really like Lime Crime. They have really good liquid lipsticks that last all day and they're not too drying. And I also like Anastasia, Beverly Hills, and Kat Von D, and I think those are my three favorites. But my favorites for this month is, okay, so this is Anastasia, Beverly Hills in the shade Stripped. And it's just a really pretty nude shade, and I wear this color a lot. But yeah, it's really pigmented and just a really pretty everyday color. It's right here, but it's just more of kind of like a brownie nude color, but it's so pretty. And I'm sorry that my swatches aren't very good, but I'll work on it. Okay, And then the next one is Anastasia Beverly Hills as well. And this is in the shade Crush. And this one is the one that I wear constantly. Like, it's like a really pretty pinky, like, it's just so flattering and so pretty. I love it. It's like a pinky, it's kind of not showing up too true to color right here, but it's so pretty and I'm obsessed with it. And if you're looking for a pinky nude, I would highly recommend Crush by Anastasia Beverly Hills because it's so pretty. I love it. Okay, and then the last one is from Kat Von D and Bachelorette. Oh my gosh, this color is so pretty too. I wore this color on New Year's, and her liquid lipsticks are so pigmented too, and they're very long wearing and they're not drying, but this is the color right there. It's kind of like a pinky red shade, but oh my gosh, it's so pretty, and I feel like it really made my teeth look whiter too, and that's always a good thing. So for this month, I love those colors. And like I said, the formulas for both are really, really good. And I feel like they're not too drying. They last so long. I'll eat, I'll drink. I mean, I'll apply this in the morning, you know, eat lunch, whatever. And then at the end of the day, I don't even need to touch up a lot of times with these. Like, that's how good they are. So I definitely think that they're worth the money. I think both are about $20 each, but I mean, you do get a lot of product and a little bit goes a long way because like I said, they're so pigmented. But I really recommend Kat Von D, Anastasia, or Lime Crime because they're really, really good. Next thing I'm going to talk about is Benefit They're Real mascara, and this is just the little sample size one. Am I the only one that I feel like sometimes the sample sizes are better than the like full product? Maybe I'm just the only one, but I've bought this mascara before in the full size and I feel like I didn't like it, but then I got a free sample and I'm obsessed with it. It doesn't make sense, but maybe I'm weird, I don't know. But anyways, I love this mascara. It's very black and it's very, like, it really makes my lashes look a lot longer than they are because my lashes aren't really that long, and so it really does, you know, make them look a lot longer than they are, and that's something I personally can really appreciate. Okay, and so the next thing I'll talk about is lashes. I really like the Ardell lashes because one, they're really affordable, and two, I feel like my eyes are really small, and I feel like if the other brands I've tried to buy, they're so long I have to clip them, and I mean, I think it's kind of nice to not have to do that because it makes me nervous that I'm gonna ruin the lash by like cutting it, and because I don't know, I'm really clumsy and not coordinated and not whatever, so like I feel like if I were to do that it'd be a disaster. So I like to have ones that I can just pop on and they fit perfect, and that's Ardell lashes. And my favorite ones are probably the Ardell Wispies. They're just really like fluttery and they look more natural. Like, I feel like they don't look too like, oh my gosh, she's wearing really aggressive fake lashes. I normally get mine from Ulta because a lot of times, I mean, you can use that $3.50 coupon, or a lot of times they're buy one get one half, so you can get a really good deal on them, but they're really great lashes, and if you haven't tried them, I would really give them a try. Okay, so the next thing is MAC Fix Plus. I've had this forever, but I didn't really know exactly what it was for. When I first got it, I would just like spray it all over my face, and I was like, I don't really see the point of this, like I don't understand. And then this was just recently, it's crazy. I saw someone just get a shadow and then spray the Fix Plus on the shadow and then put it on, and it just intensified the shadow like crazy. And so I actually tried it with that Juvius Place palette, and it was amazing. And ever since I did that, I want to do that with every shadow because it just intensifies every shadow and it makes it look like wet and dewy, and it's just, I mean, I'm obsessed with it now that I know what it's for and what it can do, but and I mean, this bottle, like I said, I've had it forever and I've been using it constantly, and I feel like a little goes a long way, so it lasts a really long time. Okay, so last I'm gonna talk about skincare. So as I said, I have very dry, very sensitive skin, and I have a lot of redness in my skin. And I feel like these 3 products have really helped tone down my redness quite a bit. And I also battle with acne and breakouts. I have pretty much, you know, forever. It actually got really, really bad about 4 years ago. It was really bad, like, and I had no idea how to care for my face. I didn't even know there was such a thing as facial cleansers. I used soap and water, and a lot of nights I was really bad and I would just go to sleep with my makeup on and never wash my face, and which, looking back now, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why my skin was so bad, because even now I like never sleep in my makeup, but if I do one night, my skin will like go crazy. It's ridiculous. But anyways, but what I went to school for aesthetics, so I do have my esthetician license, but that's kind of where I learned all about skincare, because before that I had no idea. Like I said, I was like, soap and water, doesn't matter if you sleep in your makeup. Like, I had no idea. And so I'm so glad that I went to school, just because I really learned a lot about my skin and how to take care of it. And my skin obviously now isn't perfect or not even close, but I mean, it looks a lot better from, like I said, 4 years ago. But anyways, so the first thing is my facial cleanser I've been using, and this is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Deep Dive Cleansing Gel. And I've been using this, I want to say this is my 3rd bottle of this. It is so good. It's very hydrating, because I feel like with most facial cleansers, I will wash my face and it feels really stripped and really gross and just like it's dying and needs hydration. But I feel like with this one, when I get out of the shower, sometimes, I mean, I should, but sometimes I don't put anything on after. Like, I don't moisturize, I just, you know, go to bed and it's fine. I don't feel like stripped and like cracking, because my skin is so dry. Like, I want you guys to understand, it's like desert dry. Like, so dry. But, and this is awesome, and it also takes off all my makeup. I mean, a lot of cleansers I've used, my mascara, I'll get out of the shower and I think, oh, I look great, and then I look in the mirror and there's like a giant black smear on my face. So this doesn't do that. It actually takes off all your makeup and it leaves your skin feeling like hydrated, and so I'm obsessed with it. And like I said, this is like my 3rd or 4th bottle, and I'm gonna continue to use it, I mean, until I find something better, if I do, because I really like that one. But and then the second thing I really like is the First Aid Beauty Vital Greens Face Mist. And this stuff is just kind of like, I guess, a toner, or some people will put their makeup on and then spray it, but what I do is I wash my face and then I spray this on, and it's just like a boost of hydration, I feel like, and I think it smells good. I read some reviews and people said it smelled really bad, but I think it smells really good, and I feel like it's really helped tone down my redness, because First Aid Beauty, their skincare line is made for sensitive skin, and I can appreciate that, because like I said, I have sensitive skin, and none of their products are too, I feel like, hardcore, or like to where they upset my skin, because like I said, my skin is so red, every little thing will make it like bloodshot. Like, I walk outside, it's windy, my face is bright red, like any little thing. But this, it actually tones down my redness, so I'm a huge fan of this, and this is my 2nd bottle of this. Okay, and then the last thing I have is this Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. I love this stuff so much. What I do is, since it's an overnight mask, which I love that about it, you can just, what I'll do is, yeah, I'll cleanse and then spray the First Aid Beauty toner, and then I'll put this on, and it smells so good. It smells like oranges, and it just, I'll wake up, and it even like, clear some of my breakouts and stuff, because I feel like a lot of times the reason I break out is because my skin is so dry, and I feel like once I give it the hydration that it needs, it'll kind of like, you know, not be as bad. So yeah, I love this stuff, and I really recommend it, especially in the winter. My skin gets like so dry, and I feel like this helped so much. So if you have dry skin and you're looking for a mask, I would really recommend this one. And this is, I mean, a little of it goes a long way, and I've had this forever, and honestly sometimes I'll use it like every other night or every night because it's so good and I love it so much. That is one of my favorites for the month of April. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!